Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, guys. Let me make sure I can check to see if there's any change in Aaron's status because he accepted the call. Yeah.
So it shows us and Elijah in here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he hasn't changed his status as accepted, so we'll just kind of be patient with him because I don't have any stop time. He was the one that had a half an hour. So actually, after he finishes, we can continue on if we have any unfinished business to talk about. So let me make sure here. Yeah, nobody's declined. Okay, JP's on. Just in case I'm going to send Aaron the email again, the Zoom link again here. Okay. Let me see. There's one other person that I was expecting, but for the sake of time, I'm going to start introductions because Aaron can have a redo for the introductions for the purposes of starting on time. I'd like to get that done. So if everybody can open their cameras that can, I know JP, you can't because you're driving, but if everybody can let us see your cameras, Marsalis and Jose, and then Elijah, if you can let us see your camera, that would be great. Oh, here's Aaron. So everybody open their cameras up so we can see your faces, please.
It's not allowing me in my permissions to open my camera. It's just saying denied.
It's saying denied? Then we can't, yeah, we can't. Oh boy.
I could do a screen share and show content and whatnot.
Okay, well, let's do a screen share then because that is really important to introducing you guys.
So yeah, mine's saying the same thing. I'm trying to let me go to the settings and try to turn on. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Well, Aaron's with us now, so I am going to start. If you guys can figure out how to do screen share, I've got settings for multiple screen share opportunities, but I'm not seeing anything there. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, guys.
Is it working now?
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
And Elijah, no luck, huh? In opening up your camera? Okay, here we go. Here's Elijah coming back in.
Can you see
There
me?
you go. There you go. I got you.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, we're expecting one other person, but we can't hold up the show because I know we've only got about half an hour. Now we've got 24 minutes to get this thing done. So I'm Kevin Clark from Dakar Foundation and the Dakar Apprenticeship Program. We have with us, I'm going to do introductions from Aaron to all the way to, actually, no, let me start with JP. And Aaron, JP can't put his camera on because he's driving right now.
No
EMT.
problem.
So, JP, can you start us off with an intro and how we got here?
Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Nice to meet you guys. Hi, Kevin. Good morning, Aaron. Nice to see you guys again. My name is JP. I'm 22 years old, and I've actually been working with Kevin and the Dakar Foundation for about almost the past 2 years now. Just like probably most of you guys, my passion growing up has always been about filmmaking and entertainment and also storytelling. And here at Dakar, not only has Kevin and the team been able to help me build on my skills on how to become a better filmmaker and storyteller, but it's also given me the new passion of actually teaching others, especially the younger folks that's in my generation or in the future generation, on how to build that relationship with those who are in Hollywood to help us exceed and build on our own and their skills as well. So that's why I've also been very grateful for Kevin and all the opportunities he's presented to me. I've worked alongside with him on a numerous amount of media projects, whether I am the one behind the camera, doing some of the editing, and or being in front of the camera. I've also been one of the lead representatives of the Dakar Foundation, especially when it comes to the SCAN network, which is the Southern California Apprenticeship Network. I've been on a couple of different panel interviews talking about apprenticeship in general and what goes on in the Dakar Foundation. And, through also that time before, I was able to meet Mr. Aaron Jones, which is one of the top heads at, Red Cinema, through one of my uncles who was, I think, acquainted with him back in college. So that was a really great opportunity to met Aaron, and I was able to reach out to him, and he's been so kind with working with Dakar and helping us with our journey. So yeah, on the side of that, I'm also an EMT. I work in EMS, which is why I'm sorry I can't show my face right now. I'm currently driving an ambulance. So, but yeah, with that being said, I want to pass the mic on to Mr. Aaron Jones.
Thanks, Aaron.
Hey guys, yes, I'm Aaron. I'm the Vice President of Operations here at Red Digital Cinema. So I've been here about 15 years and try to help out storytellers whenever I can in my position. I'm not in marketing or sales. I'm more on the manufacturing operations side, but I try to find people or instances or schools I can support and try to work that through with Red.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, left. Okay, I'm going to go to Marcellus and Jose. Intro, please, guys.
All right, how you guys doing? I'm Marcellus. This is Jose. We've both been, I guess, in the media industry since the beginning. I started in 2012, 2013, mostly as a still photographer, doing the occasional video. We've done a lot when it comes to the media space of live event photography, working with a lot of different artists, social media influencers, things along those lines. We ended up linking up with Kevin in the Dakar Foundation, kind of in a random circumstance outside of like Sammy's camera as we were picking up some gear, and we ended up really connecting based on having synergy on a lot of projects and kind of having a very similar objective at the end of the day. And I think that's really just to, I guess, do something different and do something with impact. And I come from a background of environmental science, sustainability. That's what I went to college for. I've dabbled in engineering, inventing, things like that, but I'm really excited about moving forward and making moving pictures opposed to just taking still photos all the time, and really looking into get into the documentary space as far as documenting some of these huge landmarks and celebrities and journeys that we're working with. Like one of my best friends is Nigel Houston, the Olympic skateboarder, and I really wanted to document his, road to the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles and all the work and things that have to go into that. We have the Body Shop, which is a historical landmark off of Sunset Boulevard, and we wanted to shoot the documentary and the story about that because that's one of our main clients. And just being there, like we had a lot of people talk about, oh, they met their wife there, they were married there. We have songs about it, all kinds of things. And it's one of those things when you look it up, there's pretty much zero information about. So it's kind of exciting moving into a space and to be able to collaborate with people that could help me to tell those stories. And, that's kind of where we come into play.
Okay, and Marcel says, Jose, do you want to tell anything about yourself, your age, and kind of your journey?
Well, hello guys. My name is Jose. I hope everyone's having a great day today. And I'm Jose Sosa, as you guys can see on the screen. And I just wanted to say that I also started filmmaking when I was around 15. I started off my YouTube channel and it just grew from there. I really just it was the consistency of just doing editing and practicing on my own like composition and just really learning on a day-to-day basis. And now 5 years, 6 years later, I'm here just grateful to have the opportunities that I have now.
Great, thank you. And I may add, Aaron, both of these guys use Nikon cameras.
Yeah, we're Nikon shooters.
Okay.
I have the Z8 and we went through the edge of the earth to be able to get the Z6 III right when it came back. I mean, on the same day as a shoot, I ended up driving all the way up north to San Francisco to go pick it up, and we barely made it back to an hour within the shoot to PA, and we made it, and it was an amazing shoot. But
That's awesome. Very cool.
Great. Great. Next on the screen, we have Elijah Bowens. Can you introduce yourself?
How y'all doing? My name is Elijah. I gotta get a little background about me. Well, my background is when it comes to, I guess, business or whatever is marketing. I've helped a couple of smaller organizations, businesses, kind of with storytelling when it comes to their objective as a company, as a whether they're selling something or service or anything like that. I'm 24. I went to school I actually fell in love with marketing going into my junior year. My original focus was just business administration. Then I took one marketing class, found out that I like storytelling. I like putting things out there, whether it's digital, internet, traditional, going out there. I like to kind of just bring people information that I feel like they need to know, or things that people don't know but probably should know, and stuff like that. When Mr. Clark came to me about this organization, I kind of thought that this would be like it's basically another story to tell, and not just for one person, but for a lot of people. And I felt like just in my background, as far as my experience working with, I guess, small businesses or even recently bigger businesses and just people, it's just been kind of like just a passion for me. Utilizing social medias or whether it's putting things on any screen, whether it's cameras or whatever, just kind of getting into that mix and just putting something out there that is not only informative but also entertaining to the public eye and stuff like that.
Great. And just a little context. Elijah is a family member. He's actually the son of retired Colonel Bowens from the Department of Defense, the Pentagon. So we've got an East Coast partner here who's embedded into what lifestyle is on the East Coast in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So he's probably going to get out to LA sooner than later, but that's what we're hoping to do, is to get him acclimated to what it is we're doing with all of the the component pieces of learning the business of the entertainment industry, but also connecting the DoD to cool trendy, hunting for affiliations and things that they currently don't have. So that's one of the connections that I think we have. And we have Shane. Shane, are you capable of letting us see your face? Or are you driving also?
Well, I'm not driving, but I'm currently in the doctor's office. So out of respect, I'm just,
Okay.
if you could just represent who I am a little bit, I'll go back on mute.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Shane is she's been a long-time member of the Dakar Foundation, but he's really the guy who's been the broadcast engineer for us. We recently did a 5-series town hall project for the state of California for the governor's office, and we were streaming from the venues using YouTube Live and StreamYard, and we were successful in bringing in folks not only from different parts of the United States, but also different parts of the world. And so we definitely want to learn a little bit more about how to use any of the Red products or Nikon products, how to stream live to the cloud. So it's one of the things that we're going to start getting very proficient at and learning not only how to do live event production using broadcast, but bringing in advertising, pre-roll advertising, and being able to try to monetize our products a little bit better because we realize that we can give two-way communication and interactivity a new name. So those are the things that I think we all represent on the call. It was one other person that didn't join us here, but I think this is enough. And for the time we have remaining, let me tell you, Aaron, one of the things that we've learned by using the V-Raptor XL is that it's a beast, and wherever we take it, it stops people in their tracks. But it's also kind of stopped us because we haven't taken the boot camp. And so we are trying to unlock all the features of it. And every time we use it, we're learning more and more about its full capacity. So one of the things I wanted to do is to toss it back to Marsalis and Jose, who've been using it principally to kind of stretch out what we've learned about the camera. And some of the things that we also have learned that we need to get better in terms of taking the next level and capturing the kind of content, the lifestyle content that we believe will help us with our workflow and our work product. So Marsalis and Jose, if you guys can share with Aaron your experiences with the V-Raptor XL.
Okay. First off, the low light performance, amazing compared to what we've been utilizing. We've only had a few days with it now, and we've literally used it every single day since we've had it. And like Kevin says, we've really been learning as we go, and we've been learning really quickly. There was a few things that were a little bit confusing and a little bit of a learning curve as far as using some of you guys' beta or experimental features, like the extended highlights mode. We actually ended up utilizing the extended highlights mode, and it ended up formatting the files into a way that's not able to be manipulated in DaVinci Resolve. Things.
Do you guys have the traditional Raptor VV, or is it the Raptor X XL?
The Raptor XL.
Is it the X? I thought we loaned you guys the only reason why I'm saying that, I think you have the normal VV that doesn't have the extended highlights in that sensor.
It does for some reason. Yeah, it's the regular XL.
I think the beta will let you download it, but actually the sensor kit isn't able to capture it. And that may be what you're running. Just double check to see if it's truly a Raptor X camera. I thought they were X VV cameras. I mean, it's fine if they are. Yeah, I thought it's just the 8K.
Yeah, it's the 8K.
Yeah, you're correct. So I don't think you have the Raptor X XL. You have the Raptor XL. So that sensor is the VV only sensor. That's I mean, they're still an active generation, but that's not the latest generation that has that extended highlights. So I think that's probably what you're doing. I think the beta will let you do it. But that's probably the issue you're having there.
Is there a way to be able to manipulate that file in DaVinci, or do
I have to? DaVinci should be fine. I think the problem, I think when you're on beta, if it's letting you, I got to talk to them in the text. It really shouldn't let you do it with the sensor in there because that sensor doesn't have extended highlight capability. It's only the Raptor X or global X vision sensors that have that. So that is probably what caused it. But if you're trying to get back footage, we have Red Undead and some other recovery techniques that they can use here internally. If we get the files, we could probably recover the data. But yeah, how to use it, I mean, I could get one of the texts to get you there, but I'll double check one more time. But I really thought the camera I sent you is the same one I have sitting next to me, which is not the Raptor, not the X Vision or Global Vision or whatever we're marketing it as this month. So
yeah, I believe it's just the regular XL as well.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah,
the
last
the only reason I
generation.
remember because the Raptor X would have been hard for me to get for you guys, just because we don't have very many in stock for internal demos.
That makes sense.
Great. Yeah. Any other features or assets that you guys thought that could be, let's say, replaced or let's say repurposing the use of the cameras for some additional features of things that we want to shoot and capture?
Best mic setup.
You have questions?
I was wondering what's the best mic setup we can use on the Raptor XL.
I mean, it does have a breakout to full size XLRs if we want that, I can probably get you that. We do the 5-pin to the dual XLRs, but what type of mic setup are you guys running? I mean, generally in professional cinematography, you're not using your camera's only a scratch mic setup. Right. That's generally then the quality of the mics, although they're better than most cinema cameras, they're intended to be scratch mics.
That makes sense.
So you can still run booms off it, you can run other stuff on it, but most people running a Raptor XL it's a studio camera. It's a little easier for me to get you guys this. That's why I got you versus giving you guys the normal Raptor X because I didn't have any in stock. But these are generally set up for rental houses and studios. So they're really, they're assuming you have the full infrastructure of a cinema camera. So typically there's an audio guy, there's something right. So you're running typically offboard audio.
Would you say that the Raptor VX, the brand new one that you guys just came out with, is more suitable for
it is better audio than what's in here. We did improve the audio circuitry and the mics are in it. But any cinema grade camera, it's audio. Any manufacturer say, hey, it's good for scratch mics. You can get away with interview and docking on it, but if you're looking for a real feature thing to do, everybody would say you want offboard audio.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, I've had some good success just running booms or some lapel mics, and you can run into them, stuff like that. So you can get by with it. I've done like some local shoots, but it's not nearly as good as just having your offboard audio recorders.
Okay. And would you say that the smaller Raptor is more suitable for,
I mean, if you
operations or like run and gun type of a situation?
100%, yeah. This was designed and made for the rental houses and for high-end studios that they wanted to feel like they're using the RE Alexa or used a bigger camera. That the Raptor X or Raptor VV or Raptor S35, the Raptor form factor, that's kind of more the owner operator style camera. So this is the top of the food chain, the XL, but most people that are like in your guys' situation would be running a Raptor, and then they would put on the modules as they say fit. They could take off the big back modules, go right to a Ronin or something. They could throw it on a drone. So most owner operators are going to gravitate to a Raptor or a Komodo X. They'll use one of those depending on what they're trying to capture.
I'm very interested in utilizing one of you guys' newer Raptor Vs that you guys came out with.
Yeah, if I had to guess, probably towards the end of the year, we'll probably have our demo stock kind of up a little bit on that. Right now, it's just a company asset, so we're only allowed so many assets we bring over. That's why most of our demo stuff, like that I have access to, is going to be the one generation back.
Okay. What about the previous generation of the Raptor, the smaller version?
Yeah, I can. When JP originally asked, we didn't have any in stock, but I'm trying to think. If I had to guess, how long is that one out for? I'll look and see where they're at. Do you want full frame or do you want f/35?
Full frame preferably, because
Full
I
frame.
think I'm gonna take the leap just after utilizing this XL and honestly go ahead and purchase one of you guys's brand new Raptor
Yeah.
Vs, the 8K. But with our
Do-
production and what we're trying to do, I'm ultimately trying to work that in and have multiple cams and be able to kind of
Do you have a very specific shoot you're looking to do, or are you just looking to play with one for a week or something like that? Because I know the sales team has like week-long loaners. What I did with JP is I did a very long loan with you guys on this one. So if it's in and back, it's not as hard. It's the ones that's multiple months that's hard for me to
that makes
do
sense.
different stuff on.
I mean, yeah, it turns out that for that long going project, we'll probably need a longer loan just because we can't shoot a documentary or anything in like a week, you know.
Yeah.
So on that regard, it's totally acceptable to be able
Do you have, I would say the other thing I would say, I can look at to see what the normal Raptor VV, but for the Raptor X very specifically, I would say, hey, that's obviously the main camera we're pushing, we're telling everybody to go towards. But that, what it really is, I mean, I would really recommend go on the website, really read about the difference of a global shutter versus a rolling shutter and the advantages of that. But the main advantage to it for you guys is why people like the cameras. One, they're very fast. So to be fair, the normal VV Raptor you guys have, that sensors is almost as fast as most other manufacturers' global shutters, if they even have one.
So the global shutter thing, and specifically why that interests me and Jose in our workload, is because we do a lot of live event
100%.
stuff.
So that's
everyone
why,
has cameras firing their flashes, and you get that stupid, you know, split
correct. So
screen.
this is why it's kind of become so Raptor VV with the rolling shutter, when you're running it fast, they're still using on virtual productions, and they're still able to get by it without having the thing, because the sensor is so fast, it's faster than lights. Now on the global shutter, you don't have to worry about that. Everything's exposed at once, and that's why kind of like most virtual productions, Mandalorian, Disney, you name it, they're almost all switching hard over to either. Most are going to Raptor X because of that. And the other thing is, like, we have, I mean, I'm working with the NFL, UFC, La Liga, all the major sport events and broadcasts are really starting to move over to the Raptor X. And we just launched this year our broadcast module that goes either you want traditional broadcast fiber, or we have a Red Connect that's a small broadcast fiber that, you know, they use in a lot of virtual productions and they used in the Olympics. Or you can use the big dog, which we're making for everybody, which that module, either module, if you go and you can look on that Red Cinecast, if you look at that, either module can bolt on any camera. So you can bolt it to your XL, or you can bolt it to your normal Raptor VV, or you can bolt it to a Raptor X. It doesn't really care. So that module then turns your camera into a very traditional, either like PoE style, right up to a server, up to the cloud, or traditional broadcast hooking right into a truck or a stadium infrastructure.
Yeah, I saw that thing. It's amazing how you guys were able to fit like 8K, like
yeah, exactly. Well, it really goes back to the speed of the sensor and the compression as you go in there. But what I was kind of going with this, so it's low light. You do get the extended high. You get a couple more stops with the X vision sensor, so that's great. Long range you're looking. But I was saying for your project, be like, hey, I need it for 1 week to go play with it, and I want to do these sets of shoots. That's low light, fast moving, live, something like that. And one of those things check, then I'd say, yeah, let me see if I can get a very specific window to get you a Raptor X. Otherwise, let me see if and when I could swap you out for the normal Raptor VV at the smaller body size. But when you go to the smaller body size, you're going to lose you're going to go down to 14 volts versus 24 volt. You're going to, like, if you use a lot of stuff like, hey, I got follow focus on, I got all the other gear that's in a traditional cinema format, you typically want the bigger guy because that's so much more power on it and you can do so much power. But if you're not running that, hey, we're running gun, we got one mic, we got something over here, I'm doing focus on the thing, then yeah, the Raptor's probably where you want to be at typically.
Because I was really just looking on getting one of the Canon PL mount CNE 30 to like 105 f2.8s.
Yep.
Going on there, having a running gun setup with the Raptor V, you
Yep.
know, being able to have a monitor on there.
Would you want, if I, again, I'll put the wish list together, but if you were running the either version of the standard Raptor, would you want to be going to, I know you said you want to get the PL, but do you want ND in there or no ND in there?
ND is great.
Okay. So that we have that mount that has the ND. See, the XL you have right now is the built-in ND. When you switch over to the smaller Raptor, then it's a module that bolts to the front of the camera, and then
Jose actually had some issues with that glitching out a little bit as we were utilizing it.
Yeah, there was an issue when I would use it on the screen, on the red screen. It would like on the settings, it would go blank. Instead of saying ND two stops, it would just be ND blank. And then I would have to shut off the red and then turn it back on, and then it would just like reset, and then I could use it again.
And you weren't on it didn't click over, like did it click over to the clear? It just wasn't saying ND clear, wasn't saying anything at all.
No, it wasn't saying anything
Just
at
a
all.
completely blank menu section. Like it's
You-
a
And you
software
were
glitch.
you were coming off this screen, the side. Sorry, my camera. You were coming off the side screen or the small HD.
So I was tapping the small HD for the ND, and then it would like glitch out, and then I would try to go back on the settings on the actual
Camera body.
Yeah, on the camera body, and then it would be empty, and it would just say ND.
Let me ask. I mean, it may be because you have one of my production prototype units, but let me ask if that's still a common thing, and let me ask the tech. I mean, really, I could get you guys some time with our head training tech. I think that's probably the best thing for you guys. If you got a list of questions and stuff to go through, again, I would ask, go through the website, look through the learn post, get some stuff to spend some time with him. I can generally book him for like a half hour to hour. He loves to talk, lot of information. Is not too bad. So that's a good stuff for you guys to get ready for him. But he's the guy, you know, he's been to film school, he's done all the stuff, and he's been our education lead for like the last 10 years. So he knows a lot about all cameras, all shooting situations. And if it starts going more technical than that, then we can get the people that support the VIPs in Hollywood or whatever not to discuss some of your stuff. But where you guys are at, where you're coming from, where you're starting from, James is probably doing an hour session with him, asking stuff is probably the right thing. And then I'll see, we jobbed out our education, so I don't have access to it like I used to. I could put anybody in it at any time. So one of we contracted out to a company now, so I have more restrictions. That is also another good program for you guys to get into. They do scholarships and stuff like that into it, or make it. I don't even know what it costs these days anymore. Sometimes they're just doing them free, like the local B&H and other people down there will do Sammy's, B&H, like generally the big dealers that we're with, they'll offer education for free in their space. And if we have a education site that kind of tells you when they're coming up, but they're based out of LA. So they do a lot of LA local events. And that's another good one. You're going to talk to a lot of people that would show. And then they generally go through like like an hour, 2 hour thing. We used to have like a full week class. We're going to be bringing that back and rebranding it. I just don't know when. I know it's sometime in the next couple quarters. When that happens, then when it's back to being on my asset, then it's much easier for me to get you guys in classes and stuff. We just don't have that today. So I'll set something up with James if you kind of give me the windows you're available for. So you have my email in this thread. And just go, hey, we're open anytime these days, blank, 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 and I'll see what I can fit on James and get you guys in front of him.
So for one last question, for the cameras, we're traditionally Nikon shooters, so I have the whole prime setup and everything, and I really wanted to utilize the camera to take stills on the smaller running gun setup. Do you guys have any modern adapter for F mount for the
not Z mount? You want to get to F?
Because I saw that camera model that you guys have that starts with a D. It's like the DMIC or DMC something.
What?
Yeah, it's like I was like, it's like the D. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. It is the DSMC. Nikon.
So DSMC is our full brand of cameras. So what we call our cameras are digital still motion capture cameras. So we started with red one, and then we went to DSMC1, DSMC2, and now we're on DSMC3. So that's the highest level of our product family. So a DSMC3 would be a Raptor X, a Raptor XL, a Komodo X. A Komodo is kind of a little in between DSMC2 and DSMC3. DSMC2 are your Ravens, your Scarlets, your Epics, your Monstros, your Weapons. Those are, and then DSMC1 are really, I mean, they're most people aren't using those anymore.
So the question would be, do you have a DSMC3 Nikon F mount?
So F mount, no, anything we would be doing with Nikon in the future, if we were to do something officially, unofficially, we'd be working probably on their latest mount, and their latest mount is Z mount. And then once you were at a Z mount, you do a Z mount to F mount adapter. I do believe those are commercially available from partners today.
So because you
but on our current cameras, you would have a hard, I mean, we used to have Nikon F.
Because you guys have the
Nikon
EF, can I do like a EF to F?
Yeah, let me hold on a second here. We made Nikon F mounts for the DSMC2 family, and I just don't. Let me ask somebody if you could use it on the Raptor. The only camera you could use it on today is on the Raptor XL that you guys have, and I have a 4-bolt mount that bolts into the front of the thing. That is a Nikon. Let me just. Oh, I think it's sitting out here. 1 second.
So they do have them? Oh shit. That's gonna get exciting. Put the 85 on here. The 105, the 135.
Is that a red dragon?
This is a helium right here.
Oh, nice.
So kind of like Dragon is kind of like the name of a sensor family. There we go.
Yes, I was a big fan of you guys' original camera in like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, so that would have been our DSMC1 family, essentially. That's what. Yeah, so what I have that would probably work. I don't know if anybody's actually tested, to be fair. You could get a Raptor XL with an S35 sensor instead of VV, and then you could run the S35 DSMC Nikon mount with it. So I have that mount sitting in my hand. I know I have XL S35s in my demo pool right now. So that is that's a possibility, but then you're gonna be vignetting probably on if you're running full frame sensors. But again, if you whatever sensors, however you worked with your Z8 or Z9, it'd be very similar because they should be running on their Z lenses, right? They should be.
I have Z's and I have F mounts, and then for the F to Z, there's a F to Z2 mount, which basically adapts all the autofocus and everything.
Got it. So my guess is Nikon, I mean, I know what the roadmap is, but publicly stating is that we'll be looking to do some partnership with them in the near future. So,
is there anything that you could tell us about, like, how
I would tell you if that's really important to you, I would use my loaner as long as you can and wait for next year.
Okay.
Unofficially say to you.
And lastly, this call has been all about us, but what we really wanted to ask you is, what can we utilize the camera to do to be able to give you something that you could use?
Good question.
I mean, that'd be better question for my marketing team, and we could bring them in and sales team and stuff like that. I mean, obviously we're a business trying to make profit. That's what our business does. Again, my passion project is helping out people learn. You know, I really believe in the creator, the storytelling, you know, that's our motto. So I have always been a big proponent. That's why, you know, JP's high school, we donated a camera, is that if somebody is passionate about film, passionate about the film community, I personally want to support as much as I can, as long as I'm in this position. But Red is a business, right? So they're trying to make sales as much as they can. That's what they want to do. I mean, everybody knows that the market is tough right now, with all things being equal and stuff like that. So I can ask my marketing and sales people. They're always looking for unique things to put on Instagram or post on their things that are on brand and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I don't see a lot of still photographers being highlighted by red, and I feel like you guys' whole philosophy behind not just making video cameras but moving picture cameras.
Yeah,
really resonated with
yeah,
me.
I think in DSMC1 era, that area you're talking about, we leaned a lot into that. So like all the milk ads that you guys saw with like where the still image would come to life and then go back to being still, that was all kind of started with us. And so we really put a lot of emphasis that in the first probably 8 years of the business. What we've seen, as you guys have seen and everybody else has seen, is that stills is, and that's why Nikon bought us, is that everything is moving to the streaming content and general motion capture. It is starting to become more what you need. The benefit of it, we still believe, is that you have one camera shooting both. So if you want stills from your stuff, it's just pulling a frame grab. It's very traditional, and even James could talk you through that. There's tons of professional magazine art, like people that are do stills all the time that run reds and do not run traditional stills, because the person they're working for, it's like, oh, I want a little snippet of the capture. I want this. Okay, now pull my billboard ad, pull my magazine ad out of it. Because of the resolution, the speed, and all the stuff, you have it all there. So we do market in that. Now, I imagine as we've got Nikon has acquired us, I think they're rethinking how they brand us, where our sweet spot is and where their sweet spot is. And clearly theirs is in stills and clearly ours is in motion. So I think those delineations, those lines will probably become less blurred as time goes out. Well, we've tried to be in, doing it all. And so if they, I imagine the product lines will clean up towards those, would be my guess. But I don't, we'll see what happens.
Great.
So yeah, so I don't have a quick thing of what you can do for us. I think it's me just empowering you guys. Ultimately, we like product evangelists, people out there, but we don't do not one person you ever see that's talking about red to date is ever paid for. It's just people being a spokesman because they're passionate about the product or the process.
Right.
So we don't do really, even the highest people, whether it's Tom Cruise or anybody talking about us, like where there's not one paid advert, like Marquise Brownlee, we don't pay him a cent when he talks to us. Like, it's just people being passionate about the product.
You guys make an amazing product.
We try to. It takes a little effort.
Right. And Aaron, before I guess we break, because I know you've got short time.
Yeah, I'm a little late to my next meeting, but no worries.
I put a few things in the chat box, but I'll send you some emails on some things maybe for your sales marketing team. There's a couple of big conferences that we're going to be featured inside of. The UCLA Global Sports Forum at Pauley Pavilion. We are going to be producing live event production content streaming inside of that event this year. They've traditionally hired a big production company to do it. They're going to give us a chance this year. And
yeah, I mean, something like that, if you're like that, I bet you the sales team would buy it on. They'd give you all the equipment to run it, depending when and where, if we have the equipment available.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, we're talking to USC, UCLA right now on stuff, so it may be similar people, but they're big organizations. So.
Yeah. This is the UCLA Anderson School of Business. They do this as an annual event, and the big keynote speaker will be the LA 28 Olympic Committee.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's a big one, and then they do a sports broadcast media entertainment forum in April, and we're going to be doing the same type of live event production. So a lot of the CEOs and chairpersons from the production.
That would be an interesting time frame, because that's right. We launched at NAB our red broadcast module this year at NAB, but our mass production units will be ready sometime in tail end of this year, but we'll be pushing a lot of demos into Q1 of next year for sure.
Right. Have we met any of the people on the entertainment, on the marketing sales team? Is that changed?
I mean, you met the salespeople. You got Riley's the head of our direct sales. He's the main guy. I think you've done a little bit with James, but we'll do another training here with your current shooters. The marketing team is they're kind of underwater trying to figure out how we deal with Nikon and what Nikon wants from us. So that's kind of why I've kind of kept them at arm's length. But I think they're always open to talking. It's just they're just been slammed right now. We're a really small company, so like the marketing team's 3 people.
Right. So we've got James has offered us another opportunity to come back through with another group. with Marcellus, Jose, and a few other people that didn't make the first round.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so, but yeah, we'll kind of keep a short wish list of things, but anything you can do to empower and enable us to get the best stuff that we can push back through to you guys to show you evidence.
Yeah.
That we're doing it. And in our latest project, our content took a big blow. Willie Mays was going to be our documentary special, and he died. So we're really now recalibrating for David Robinson as part of our project. So it kind of set us back, but we're still marshaling on with some stuff with the Department of Defense. So
Okay.
that's our key thing. Okay.
Awesome. All right. Thank you,
thank
gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you,
bye-bye.
Aaron. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.